Nigel Sylvester doing really big things in BMX right now and just making major moves, and I'm really loving it. He recently released his much anticipated Bike Air sneakers in that green colorway, and today, August 8th, he released the Driveway gray colorway sneakers, and he did a crazy in-store at Foot Locker that started at like 12 o'clock today in Philly, and then he went straight to New York. He should be out there right now at Foot Locker, Uptown 125th Street, to do a nice in-store for his sneaker release. Crazy, right? But that's not the only thing. He also got Specialized and Jordan to collaborate and make a BMX bike in conjunction with the release of the Driveway gray colorway sneakers. What? Yes, that's right. The new sneakers have dropped today, and they're probably going to sell out dumb quick because the last ones that came out, they sold out real quick. So, these are going to probably just fly off the shelves because Nigel is just killing it with these promotional things that he's been doing, and everybody's talking about these sneakers, and it's a really big deal. But the part that I'm going to talk about today is the BMX bike that they have that's coming out in conjunction with sneakers. All right, so let's get into that right now. And there it is right there. That is the Bike Air made by Specialized for Jordan and for Nigel Sylvester. And I think it looks dope. I'm loving the wheel covers with the Jumpman logo on there. Now, back in the day, when I was younger, I used to always want to have those wheel covers for my bike. I remember they used to come in mad different colorways and all of that. I remember seeing photos of Eddie Fiola and all of them riding their bikes, jumping out of the bowl with those wheel covers. I thought that was the freshest thing ever. And I think it's real cool that they put the Jumpman logo on the wheel covers. Now, the style of the frame is to pay homage to the old school style BMX bikes from back in the day, with the chrome plated bars, chrome plated frame, chrome plated cranks, chrome plated forks. That's that classic BMX style from back in the day. Now, this is not going to be a bike you're going to take on the track and race on a windy day. That's not going to happen. It's a bike that you're going to cruise around on, have fun with, look stylish with, because part of BMX is an expression of style. It is showcasing your style, your own personal style, not the style that everybody else wants you to be like. So I think that this bike right here stands out because it's just something different. It's dope. Of course, there are familiar themes on this bike which make it look like other bikes from back in the day, but I think that's the point of it. Somebody had commented earlier on Facebook that the bike looks like the DK joint with the loop tail, and it's like, yeah, any bike with a loop tail that's chromoly is going to look like another bike that has a loop tail that's chromoly. So if that's the case, then the DK looks like the old Hutch, Mongoose, Race Inc., and all of that. So, of course there's going to be similarities, but that's kind of the point. It's supposed to pay homage to the old school bikes from back in the day. I'm loving the Bike Air seat. I think that's a dope addition to add to the flavor of the bike, which is real cool, especially in the bike life community and the big BMX cruiser community, where cats are just doing some real good custom work by adding pads on their bikes, custom pads, and also custom seats. I hope there's going to be more Bike Air seats that get sold separately. That'll be real dope, and I also hope it's pivotal. I'm going to assume that it's pivotal because it's a Nigel Sylvester bike, so hopefully it's a pivotal seat. So they dropped a promo video for the release of the sneakers and the BMX bike, and they have the model What's Good up in there representing, riding the bike around, which is a dope look for all the females out there who ride and who want to get into riding. Now, hopefully this inspires some of the women to get on a bike and represent on a BMX bike in particular, because I always love it when I see the ladies riding BMX bikes. And the crazy part to me is that they actually took the Nike off of the Nike Air logo and added Bike Air, which is crazy. I ain't never seen no tennis airs, I ain't never seen no skateboard airs, I ain't never seen no football airs, but they have a Bike Air. So that's a big look. That's crazy for Nigel Sylvester to get Nike to actually rebrand the sneaker Bike Air. It's a chromoly 26-inch BMX bike featuring a chrome-plated frame, fork, crank, and bars. The head tube has the Nigel Go logo on there. Specialized branding is on the downtube, and Jordan branding is on the bars. Of course, the standout feature are the black wheel covers with the Jordan Jumpman logo in white. Bike Air branding can also be found on the custom seat. Other features on the bike is the loop tail rear end, 3-piece cranks, and V-brakes. It also has some pedals on there, but I don't know any details on the pedals. But I do know they have pins. They got the screw-on pins to keep your feet on that joint nice. Somebody mentioned on Instagram that there are animal parts on this bike. I think it's an animal headset and something else on the bike. So you do have an official animal part on there, which is pretty cool. I'm hoping that this frame is chromoly 4130 That's what I'm going to assume since it's Nigel Sylvester. Plus the fact that it is a limited edition frame, so why not go all out and use 4130 chromoly on the frame, fork bars, and the crank? Another question is, what type of tubing did they use for all the BMX aficionados who are really, nitpicky and want to find something wrong with the bike? What type of tubing did they use? What type of chromoly did they use? Was it Tange? Was it some high quality stuff? Was it run-of-the-mill stuff? That we don't know until they give us information about the frame. Are the forks 4130 chromoly? Is the handlebars 4130 chromoly? Is the stem aluminum or chromoly, or is it high 10? Well, hopefully once they make an official release of the bike, which I hope is soon. I haven't seen anything online officially releasing this bike, but hopefully they'll give you some stats on the actual tubing that's used, the geometry, top tube length, bottom bracket height, rear end length. These are all things that I want to find out about this frame, but I don't know at this point. The jury is out on that. So Nigel says as a kid he was obsessed with all chrome BMX bikes. He felt it was the pinnacle of bicycle colorways in the 90s. Nothing else shined like a chrome BMX bike in motion on a bright summer day. This bike is one of his childhood dreams fulfilled, and it celebrates the upcoming release of his AJ4RM driveway gray colorway bike air sneakers, which actually dropped today. I also want to give a big shout out to Specialized, who, when was the last time you seen a BMX bike from Specialized? Like, damn, it's been like almost like 11 years now since they had a BMX bike. The old Specialized Vegas and the Specialized Hemi was, I think, were the last BMX bikes they made. Now, I always wanted that Specialized Hemi, the polished aluminum Specialized Hemi. I really wanted that bike back in the day. I wound up getting the Specialized Vegas 24-inch, the cruiser joint. I bought that when I was living out in California, and I rode that bike everywhere. Like, there was nobody riding bikes in Cali back then, only on the boardwalk. You see mad bicyclists on the boardwalk, but nobody really rode around the city. I used to ride around downtown, Hollywood area. I was all over the place in that bike. Everybody was like in a car. Nowadays, I haven't been out to Cali in a while, but I'm pretty sure nowadays you got cats riding all over the place in a bike. But back then, back 2003, you wouldn't find nobody on bikes riding around California in the city. But the beach is where it was at. Venice, all that, cats was out there. And also in the mountains too. Anyways, back to our regularly scheduled program. So, leave in the comments your opinion about this release, about Nigel sneakers. What do you think about all of this? I think it's dope. I think the sneakers are dope. I like when people do different things in BMX. Freestyling is all about having your own style. So there's nothing wrong with you having your own style. I know a lot of the aficionados or the hardcore BMXers are going to have a problem with this because it's got the wheel covers and all that. Big up to Nigel Sylvester for just pushing the envelope when it comes to what you can do as a BMX rider. He went from doing street riding, not competing, and taking this whole thing to a whole different page, opening a whole different door for people who do BMX. He put BMX in front of the eyes of people who may have never thought about or looked at BMX before, and I think that that's a big, huge accomplishment, and he's shown it in his own way. And to me, that's what BMX freestyle is all about. Doing your own thing, doing it your own style. This right here is a really big move, and it may create opportunities down the road for other BMXers in freestyle, in race, and flatland, and all the different aspects. Nike is seeing the value in what Nigel's doing, and hopefully we can get some more involvement from some major sneaker companies to support not only the freestyle aspect, but the BMX racing aspect. All these things can happen if everybody just has an open mind and try different things and take chances and risk with expanding the idea of what BMX is and what BMX can be. So for me, this is a big win for not only Nigel, it's also a big win for BMX. And I want to know your opinions on this. I know there's a lot of people who like to just jump and hate right away, or people who don't understand it, or people who don't want change, or people who just are just stuck in a box. It's one thing for something to not be a preference for you. It's a whole nother thing for you to just totally bash it and hate on it. You should just like, all right, that's what you're doing. Cool, this is what I'm doing. I love to race, but I might not want to wear clip shoes. So I'm not going to sit there and bash somebody for wearing clip shoes because I don't, and vice versa. We're not totally stuck in the bubble when it comes to sports, when it comes to what we choose to do with our bike. You know, there's some things that are effective that make you a better rider. There's some things that are detrimental. But if it's a choice that you make, that's how you want to ride. That's how you want to express yourself. That's how you do your thing, then hey, that's what it is. Now, when it comes time to like, okay, I want to advance and learn something different or be better at something, then we can talk about, all right, well, let's talk about your bike setup. But until then, it's like, yo, let people live, man. Let people enjoy their aspect of BMX. BMX is very vast right now. You know, there's so many different disciplines, so many different lifestyles, so many different, it's like a melting pot of culture that are involved with BMX, you know, from your racers to your freestylers to your lifestyles to your wheelies to your fashion sense of it, and it all plays a part in the totality of what modern day BMX is. But it all goes back to the track for me. So the track is always the centerpiece for me when it comes to BMX, and everything else kind of branches out from there. But it's all BMX. All right. So anyways, this is Crazy Al Kane. I want to hear your opinion. I want to see what you guys think, and leave a comment on the website, leave a comment on the YouTube page, all that good stuff, man. I'm really curious to see what you guys think. But once again, I definitely want to give a big shout out to Nigel Sylvester for making big moves, man. Big moves. Real good stuff. All right. It's Crazy Al Kane, sugarcane.com, CACTV, and I'm out. Back to you, Billy.